Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. So I've got a little bit of an interesting video for you guys today. This is the brand new Danger Pack Epic Evolution version of the Velociraptor to release from Mattel. Again, this figure is in the newest wave of Danger Packs hitting stores right now. If you actually turn it around, you can see which wave I am speaking of. As you can see, we've got things like the Calescus and the Papasaurus as well as the Craterosaurus in here in this line. So it is the newest wave hitting stores, but obviously this Velociraptor looks very familiar, and it actually looks like this one. So if you look at this raptor here, you can see this is the Jurassic World Dominion Ferocious Pack release of the Velociraptor. Now, I'm very intrigued to see if this figure is exactly the same. And, you know, right here at first glance, they really very much so do look the same. But if you can recall, we did have another Velociraptor fairly recently that released that looked like it was the exact same figure as a previously released version, but in fact ended up being a little bit different. There were some slight differences. So I'm wondering if that's the same case here, or if they are just, again, a straight-up repack of this figure, which would be a bit sad because, you know, Mattel doesn't really do that. They at least usually give you a little bit of a paint variant, but, you know, I shouldn't say that. Like, if you look at the Papasaurus here, if we take this out of here and you look at the Papasaurus, this Papasaurus was in the last wave of these as well. So it's not surprising to see repacks like this, but considering this one was released way back in 2022 for Jurassic World Dominion, it seems strange to me that they would bring this raptor back into production and again put it back out because, you know, it's such a strange figure. It's not even a great raptor or anything. So I'm very intrigued to see if these are, again, the same figure. So I'm going to pop this out of the box and then we're going to jump straight to a closer look and check it out from there. So this version is the version that just released. This is the Epic Attack version. And this is the Jurassic World Dominion version. So we'll go ahead, bring both of the heads in here nice and close. We'll take a look at the two of them together. Looking at them here, I honestly don't notice any differences. I mean, the sculpt is very clearly the same. We can very much so establish that. But if you look at the two raptors' head sculpts here, kind of looking at each other, everything looks the same to me. The tones of color are definitely the same. The eye color is the same. Again, that's another area where sometimes you'll look at it and be like, well, there is definitely a little difference there because the eye is slightly changed as far as like the tone of color. That's not the case here. The eye is definitely the same color. Even the pupil is shaped the same way. Another area that sometimes would be different would be the inside of the mouth, and although it does almost at first glance look a little different, it is definitely the same. You can see we've got a pink tongue, we've got like a yellowish tone for the teeth. It's just that the newer version here has the tongue painted a little bit better, whereas the older one had the yellow of the teeth kind of running onto the tongue. The newer one definitely just has, in general, a better paint application for the tongue. The inside of the mouth on the upper side as well is the same dark brown, so no differences as far as the inside of the mouth goes. If you look at the underside when it comes to the coloration, it seems to end in pretty much the same spot. If we put both heads up, you can see definitely looking the same. Obviously, the patterning and placement might be slightly different between the two, but that's just because they are, again, not going to look exactly the same as far as that goes, I would think. So I don't think that's a sign of any differences. If we take the figures over here and we look at them when it comes to the patterning, moving down through the course of the neck, everything to me definitely looks the same. The placement of the patterning looks the same. Yeah, I don't see any differences at all between the two when it comes to the way the patterning appears moving through the body, even leading out onto the tail. You again have that big splotchy area right here on both raptors. You can see the tails, of course, bend in the same position. One might be a little bit more warped than the other slightly because it was sitting in a drawer of smaller Mattel figures that I have over here, but the undersides as well, again, you can see same tone of color, nothing different going on the undersides. The figures do both have that slight speckling, which you may not be able to pick up on, but I can definitely see it is there. So, I mean, honestly, it's a little depressing to say, but I think Mattel definitely just repackaged this one completely without any differences at all. Everything looks the same, even on this side, the patterning, everything looks the same over here. So At this point, I don't think we really need to go any further with the video, honestly, because sometimes you'll be able to pick out some very slight, subtle differences. They've done it with the Velociraptors in the past when it comes to one release to another. They've done it with the previous Velociraptors again, but this time it looks as though Mattel has just gone, again, the extremely lazy route, unfortunately, and given us the exact same figure in a new wave. I will bring the fax app code up for you to add that to your collection. I don't know if that's going to bring up a different Raptor or not, or if it's going to be the same Raptor that we had again for Jurassic World Dominion. But nothing on this, again, that I can see looks any different. The tones of color are the same. The patterning is the same. Everything is the same between this and the older Raptor. So at the very least, I just purchased the same Raptor twice, but it will save you guys some money in the long run if you were interested in, grabbing this and thinking it's a different Raptor, trying to complete your collection. You now know that it is, in fact, not a different Raptor. It is definitely the same one from Jurassic World Dominion. So if you do already have that, definitely don't bother going out and getting another one unless you are, again, a massive fan of this Raptor for some reason, but it is definitely the same figure. I can confirm that now after having taken a look at both of them. So again, if you didn't snag this with Jurassic World Dominion, I found this guy at Walmart, so you can head to Walmart and grab it there if you do want to add it to your collection. But again, otherwise, if you already have it, definitely don't bother picking it up again. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.